Well, I just want to take a quick minute to thank you all for hanging out with us for the last year. We've had a ton going on, and so I figured we'd do a little year in review. Hope you enjoy this little video, what we got up to in 2022. Alright, we got a little bit of snow. Well, this year certainly started off with a bang. Of course, we were back at the cabin and had a bunch of snow to start out the year, so we had some fun playing around with that.
We literally have snow up to our windows now from everything coming off the roof. It's nuts.
While there was a bunch of snow outside, we figured it was a good time for some indoor projects. So one of the first things we did during the year was hang some blinds. We had some nice blinds that Dee Dee ordered up that we kind of put throughout the cabin to give it a nice finished look. And after the snow melted a bit, it was time to go up in the woods and do a little bit of chainsaw milling. But first I needed to take down a few trees, so had some fun doing that, taking down these big fir and some big cedar trees. So I kind of bounced back and forth between milling and working on the surround for the pole barn for the retaining wall. One of the projects that I'd worked on in the meantime was the open floating shelves for the cabin. You can see here they're in the rough state, getting them ready to go. And Dee Dee finished them up nicely. They came out really well. Another one of the projects that I worked on this year was putting together a nice big solid workbench. So we had a bunch of slabs that we'd milled up the prior year, and we decided to go ahead and cut those up with the chainsaw. Everything was cut with the chainsaw into dimensional lumber, and just all freehand, which was kind of interesting, but had a good time doing it, and we made an awesome workbench out of it. And work on the retaining wall that went on during several months, but here I am putting together some more slabs up to make the bulk of the retaining wall, and then of course we needed to seal it so we wouldn't have any seepage through. So we put down some tar all over everything, put down some ice and water shield, and then we put down a bunch of drain rock and some drain pipe in there as well, just to kind of keep water away from the edges. Also kind of going on for a few months along the way there, as we were working on the kitchen, was a bunch of cabinetry, painting cabinets, and getting doors and drawers and everything all in on those. So that kind of came together this year, and everything came out pretty nice.
All right, buddy, hold tight.
This was an interesting one. The neighbor's goat got its head stuck in some fencing that was laying in the goat yard, and we tried to get his head poked back through, but we just couldn't figure out how we got his head into that mess. So we ended up having to cut a link out so we could get his horns back through, and get that little guy back to doing ornery goat things.
Good boy. Oh
He's
my
furry.
goodness. I'm gonna go ahead and set this out of the pen so they don't get
Stuck in it
stuck
again?
in this again.
Okay.
And yeah, it looks okay. I don't know how long you were in there, bud.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
That's fine.
He's probably hungry and thirsty, but because it's getting warm out here in the sun.
Oh, he's headbutting his buddy, so I think he's okay.
I was lost in a city dream, and I was at home again beside the stream. Then you walked past me, and you saw me and smiled. I will never forget the first time when I saw you. I thought I lost my mind. Blue and faded, was blown away and left behind. I hope you'll always be around, even if I fail. You are like a summer breeze that I must inhale. Is it possible for us to feel this way forever?
And this was a massive project that we worked on. This was the pole barn roof, and we'd slowly been working on this pole barn over the last number of years, and kind of finally culminated in getting some roofing on this thing, getting it entirely winterized, sealed up, ready to go. And so it was a massive project for just me and Dee Dee to do by ourselves, but we just kept chipping away at it. We do a few sheets at a time, and eventually we got it done.
Loving you has never felt more right. Woke up lonely, and for you there is nothing in this world I wouldn't do. I would walk 1,000 miles just to see you.
Ridge cap is done.
Woohoo! Good job.
All right, so this was the difficult thing that we did. We got our little cabin looking cute, all finished up, and we decided to sell it. The market was kind of at its peak, and we knew we wanted to maybe move a little closer to family and friends, move it to a little sunnier location. And so while it hurt to get this thing all together and then sell it, this is some views of the finished property, the finished cabin, and everything came together really nicely. It was, like I say, it was a hard decision to sell it, but we went ahead and did it, and haven't looked back. We do miss it, but we are enjoying the new property as well.
If I wrote you a song, if I got every word perfectly weighted on a thin piece of paper, would it make any difference? Would it change for the better? If I wrote you a poem, if I posted a letter? Is it maybe because I never knew quite where I was, then suddenly you told me, baby, you're lost, but I am too. Whatever the cost, we'll make it through. supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me now. I pray that you believe it too. That you're the only one for me, and I'm the only one for you. Tell me you're the one for me now. 'Cause what am I supposed to do? If you are not the one for me, then tell me now what I could do. Tell me you're the one for me now. I pray that you believe it too. That you're the only one for me, and I'm the only one for you.
So this was kind of a mad scramble to finish up a few last things that needed to be done in the house before it sold. One of them was finish up a couple doors and making some raised panel cedar doors just out of some 2x6s from Lowe's. And that was a fun project. I really enjoyed making our own doors for the cabin, and really liked how they turned out. Well, the big day came, and we finally moved, and it was a lot of work to move all of our stuff, obviously. If you haven't moved or haven't moved in a while, man, kind of crazy getting all your stuff together and dragging it back and forth, but got it done in the pouring rain on some days, but we had family and friends come help us, so it was pretty awesome.
Very fitting, actually. So we are on our way to our new property. We're moving a bunch of our stuff over.
All wet.
Why are you helping me? Oh my word. We do not get rain like this here.
All right, that was one of the more fun experiences that we've had.
Yeah, fun. I don't know if
Fun.
fun's the right word, but interesting.
Yeah. Sorry, it is late, and we're getting some pizza because it's 9 o'clock. We haven't had dinner.
And this is the entire reason that we bought this property. It has the most gorgeous view, southern exposure, just a beautiful piece of property. The infrastructure needs a lot of help. The house is rough. The buildings around it are a little bit rough, but man, we sure enjoy the beautiful view that gives us a different look pretty much every single day. That is just doesn't get old. So that's the main reason why I bought this property. Just loving and enjoying the beautiful view. And this was one of the main beauties on the property. This was an old 60s or 70s single wide that had gotten torn and shredded apart by squirrels, and was just an absolute mess. A bunch of asbestos in it. we had to have that removed professionally, and then we had a company come in and crush this thing and haul it off. We thought about doing it ourselves, but by the time that we would have had invested in doing that, it made more sense to have it crushed and hauled off. So in a week's time, this thing got torn apart, torn up, hauled off, and we were left with a nice blank slate where we hope to maybe eventually build our future home.
There's our little casa for the next couple weeks while we're ripping and tearing some stuff apart inside.
All right, and here is the Band-Aid colored house that we bought. It's a 1980 or 82 double wide manufactured home. Got a lot of work that needs done to it, but we're slowly chipping away at making it a livable space. And when we first got there, we were living in the little trailer, our little travel trailer, while we were getting the bedrooms and stuff together. But a little walkthrough of the space before we got it fixed a little bit better.
There is a very dated kitchen in here with lots of wallpaper, old school double ovens, that sort of stuff. All right, we have a bathroom in here. I think so. We've scrubbed that bathroom. Dee spent like 4 hours cleaning that bathroom. It's been nice not having to use the shower and toilet in the RV. It's fine for camping, but for living in for a long period, not really designed for that. And this is where most of our stuff is stored at the moment. Once again, a big closet around the back, but this is pretty much where our house is at the moment, is in here. So the master bath is special, and when I say that, I mean it's old school carpet in the bathroom, which is the very first thing we're going to do is rip that out, because I don't know about you, but carpet in the bathroom is not my thing. So we would really like to build a house and maybe only live in the trailer for a year or two while we're doing that. I'm not sure. We are going to put some money into it though, as far as painting and flooring, and make things nice and livable. And this was the first of many water leaks to be worked on. We still have water leaks. There's still, I was just under the house today, there is still 2 water leaks that need addressed. So this old manufactured home has old polybutylene pipe in it, and it was banned in the 90s. It needs to be replaced by PEX. Just haven't got around to doing it or committing to that. We're not sure how long we'll be in the manufactured home, so might want to save the money and put that towards putting PEX perhaps into a new place. We're still figuring out what exactly we're going to do if we're going to be able to build a new place. And this was probably the funnest, best day of the whole time since we bought the property here, and it was to start spraying all this dark 70s, 80s wood paneling, painting it a nice white color. So that wasn't so dark and dingy in the home, kind of brightened everything up and made it much nicer. The process of painting, not much fun, but certainly glad to have a nice, clean, white living space to operate in. And this is why we don't like carpet, because it hides all kinds of fun, dirt, nastiness. So we've been ripping out every single piece of carpet in this manufactured home, even the carpet around the toilet, which was awesome. So yeah, just lots of nasty carpet to tear out, amongst some other stuff to kind of get things cleaned up and prepped and ready for paint.
This is as good a day as any. to start the rebuilding of life. The roads that lay open are many when the old one's gone under the knife. And I can feel the sun on my skin.
Today is the day. I think that we are finally going to get to say goodbye to the brown paneling and this orange kitchen.
Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today is a good day to live. This morning has so clear a light as any to see the horizon in the far. Excuses were 2 for a penny, but they've all gone out the window of this car. And when I feel the wind on my face, all that ever was is a rise. Today and not tomorrow, there's no time to borrow. Today, well, something's gotta give today.
We did get some nice weather as well late in October, November to start doing some cleanup around the property. So able to get some outdoor junk pulled up and get some fencing and some other stuff pulled out. We still got a lot to do outside, waiting for hopefully another nice stretch of weather, and we'll get some more stuff cleaned up.
Well, thankfully I've only hit 3 chunks of wire so far, so come near a few of them, but caught them at the last second. There's just stuff like this buried all over the property, so doing my best to avoid it.
So I've been using the magnet in the driveway, just a little here and there, and so today I thought, well, I'll just take 30 minutes or something and see if I pick up any metal in the driveway. Need an apple frame. It's a lot of garbage. It's a lot of I don't know. That's a lot of popped tires. It's a good thing that tree is knobs, huh?
Oh, this was another awesome day. So this old shed was kind of right in the middle of the view looking out over the valley, and gave me great pleasure to smash this thing. And we got it kind of pulled apart. We salvaged some of the wood out of this to make a wood cart out of, and we got some more to salvage as well. But yeah, this was a good day to get this thing out of the view. And guess what? More painting. More painting, more painting, more painting. Lots of painting. We sealed floors, sealed walls, just kind of sealed in all of the mothball smell that was kind of lingering in the house. And so we just done lots and lots of painting, and we still got more to do. But we're most of the way through painting this entire house.
I'm waiting at the door Standing here a while just to take it all in. Radio's playing our song, and then you stood there smiling at me as so many times before. I'll never wanna be away, leave you again. You are all I want and more. It's true. If only I could do one thing, I'll be with you. It's true. Baby, how I need the loving of you.
Well, that's a little bit about what Dee Dee and I have been up to for the last year. Obviously, a lot more stuff mixed in there, but so that's some of the highlights from the last year.
Yeah, so thank you so much for hanging out with us in 2022. If you've been watching the channel for a little while, you know that we have lots more to do on this new to us property. So stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and we look forward to hanging out with you in 2023.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Doorstep